So one of the things that I talk with newer dog trainers or anything like that, or some of my staff and stuff, is I have always followed the formula of do what you love doing, do it as absolutely best as you can do it, and then make as much money as you can doing it. Right. And I think that for anybody who is potentially afraid of, like somebody that's currently in a business, they're afraid of falling into that trap of looking like the sleazy kind of car salesman that's just like, like the people you look at on Instagram and you're like, ugh, you know, like that's just like, ugh, it just like kind of makes you cringe because it just seems so like money hungry. And
join
like,
my mastermind.
Yeah. Like stuff like that. I think as long as you follow that formula, you'll never run into that, right? Because first and foremost, you're emphasizing your passion, which means that you're going to put all of your drive into that, right? And then from there, you're making sure you're providing the absolute best possible thing for people, and then you're focusing on the financial part last, right? And listen, everybody, when you get into this kind of stuff, like you have to make money doing it. Like when you're in that position, one of those the biggest hurdle probably going on in your head is, how am I going to make money doing this? But as long as you emphasize those first two things, you'll get there. You know what I mean? It will come with it.
Multiple streams of revenue.
Yeah.
You can have a backup plan. Like you can always go back, you know, but if you never try, if you never put your foot forward and, you know, take those first few steps, you're never going to know. And the opposite of what all of the people on Instagram will tell you, you don't have to make $1 million. Like you can have a successful business, whether it's small, large, you know, what do you need to make to pay your bills, and or what's the lifestyle you want to live? And I think that's my biggest frustration is, you know, you see these people on Instagram that quit your job and just do it.
Yeah.
Don't quit your day job till you have to.
Yeah.
Like build up your side hustle. Like build the foundation so it's less scary and you're not operating from a place of panic. I think those people that just up and quit and then they're like, I have no backup plan, I'm going to fail. Then you're operating from a place of fear, and then you feel like the salesperson.
You have to focus on the money first then. Look at that point, right? Like if you're in that position where you're that impulsive with things, you have to focus on the money first, which means you can't focus on what you love doing, which means that you're going to do everything kind of half-assed, you know? Yeah. That kind of like what you talked about, like when you first started in photography and how you were just like, I got to just take everything.
Yeah.
Right? To try to, you know, just keep myself kind of afloat with stuff. Right. Yeah. You know, as opposed to being able to hone in on one particular thing and knowing that you have that safety net to be able to kind of continue building on that. So for sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't have like the ability to just to have it as a side hustle. It just, the things that were going on in my life kind of pushed it off in me into that realm. But I mean, the amount of stress in the beginning of everything was really bad. And I wish that it had been a different circumstance that I could have started this photography business, but I got through it. But yeah, that first year and a half was just like a lot of stress, a lot of heartache, a lot of doing things I didn't want to do, but you know, you got to pay the bills. So I definitely understand that. Like if I had the opportunity, I would have rather taken it slow and build a foundation. And like you said, make it not about the money, about helping people out. But that's where I'm at now. It's like, yeah, you know, I want to work with you because I want to work with you, you know?
You didn't let that stress break you. I mean, it takes a special type of business owner and person to be like, no matter what, I'm going to get through this. And I think that people put themselves, or they end up for, you know, however it happens, they end up in this situation, then they panic, they give up, or they can't juggle all of the balls. And I always say it's nobody else's job to talk about your business than yours. So if you're not selling, if you're not finding a way to market and promote, nobody's going to know about your business. So if you don't want to talk about it, don't start a business, because it's your job to talk about your business.
100%.
Yeah. But as you were saying, it's like the amount of stress was almost unmanageable. And just thinking about how many times, you know, I thought in the back of my head, like, maybe I should just go back. You know, this is like, should I do this? This is a big risk, like, you know. And for a lot of people, we've talked about it before, but yeah, it's just getting through that is what keeps a lot of people from ever trying to do their own thing. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not the paved out road already that you can go down. It's the thicket of trees, and like, who knows what is going to be on the other side.
And some of that could just be from that push of people saying like, you have to like kind of cut ties and then start right into that other thing.
Yeah.
You know, because honestly, I mean, as long as you're okay with like outside of your like typical job, like kind of grinding a little bit and working on something else, like it's just a hobby at that point that you can continue growing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and create some stability before you make that jump.
Yep.
Don't start a business if you don't want to grind. And I am not over here like hustle. Like that's not what I mean, but there's going to be late nights or early mornings, or there's going to be shit that you don't want to do. Like there's a reason some people are the boss and some people are the employee. Not everybody wants that added stress or those longer work hours or to put out the fires.
Yep. 100%.